Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do a unboxing on this item I got from Tony, a friend of mine at Buffalo Auto Recking in Buffalo, New York. This is a shifter assembly out of a 2000. Should be the four-wheel drive shifter as well as the automatic shifter that I purchased for parts for the 1997 limited 4x4. So please stick around, check out the video, and I'll see you guys there. Thank you for watching. What is up everybody? How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe, and smush the bell notification icon for future updates. Alright, so this is a package I got from a buddy in New York. His name is Tony. He owns a wrecking yard called Buffalo Auto Recking in Buffalo, New York. Awesome dude. He has a couple 4Runners in his yard, and I've been speaking to him back and forth, you know, trying to get bits and pieces and parts here and there. Some parts I was talking to him for the 2000 SR5 that I call Sky, that needs repairs after the accident, and then picked up a 97 that I call Beast Limited 4x4 that needs a couple parts, and went and called him, and he's like, oh yeah, I've got this and I've got that, and you know, let me know what you want to do. And I ended up picking this up. This should be a shifter assembly for that came out of a 2000 4x4. But you can use it in a 97 as well. I need the automatic shifter assembly. I don't necessarily need the four-wheel drive shifter assembly. So, you know, I paid him. He charged me 50 bucks, which was a heck of a deal. And it was like total of $80. $30 for shipping is not really that bad. It's actually a pretty decent deal. Especially since people on eBay are selling these shifter assemblies like $50 per assembly. $50 for the 4x4 shifter, and then $50 for the automatic shifter, and then you have to pay extra to get the bracket and the bolts and everything else, which is it's quite ridiculous what people are charging nowadays for some of this stuff. It's, you know, why didn't you just sell it as an entire assembly? It wasn't necessary to charge people separately for each individual part. It's an interesting style box. I've never seen a box quite like this before. So the flaps are on the outside, which is pretty neat. It's neat because it overlaps like that there. That's how it overlaps. It's pretty interesting. Let me get... Most boxes, they just meet in the center. So the two flaps would be like equal on each side, and they would just sit together. On this one, they overlap. It's a pretty interesting box. Definitely going to end up keeping this box. So he did also throw in the hardware, which I'm going to clean up. Some of this hardware is rusty. You know, it's kind of to be expected, to be honest. It came from a truck that's in New York. It looks like an invoice. This is the invoice for the mirrors that I bought. It's very well packaged. It's got, and Tony always does a great job packaging. Bubble wrap, cardboard paper, on the floor. Definitely well packaged. It's got baby bubble wrap as well as large bubble wrap. So the small bubble wrap and then the really large. What's the difference? Tiny bubble wrap and large bubble wrap. He also provided the trim piece as well, the black trim piece. So this came out of a J shifter style. So it's not the 4Matic with the button on the side like all of my vehicles have, which is why I don't necessarily need this shifter. But it is also nice that it was provided. This style shifter, there you go. Bring the light and everything in here. Just hanging the bracket off, and I'll clean this up. I'm probably not going to use the bracket because I have my own, but it was nice that he sent the housing bracket and everything. Shifter assembly, it's got the plugs, it's got literally everything. Now the reason I picked this up is mine is extremely loose. Like this one is actually not as bad as mine. Mine is like really sloppy. It moves like almost a ½ an inch, or this one's moving about a quarter. I mean, it could just be the bushings, but this is the old style J shifter. You just unscrew the knob. This one you can actually thread on different knobs if you want. Ta-da! So this is the J shifter knob. L4, neutral, H2, and H4. And then in order to get the plastic piece off, you just literally unthread it. You pull the plastic piece off, and it's got the boot and everything still sewn, which, you know, it's a nice cover. All the plastic pieces are still intact. And what I'm going to do is I'm more than likely just going to unbolt this assembly right here from the whole bracket and just take this whole shifter out. But I could also need to replace the bushings. So there are bushings in these. So right here, this bar at the bottom is an actual bushing assembly. So this shifter has this bar linkage that attaches to this rocker. This rocker is actually attached to this piece, and that's how it shifts. A couple mechanical pieces that allow it to shift. But what I was thinking, I also did purchase from Toyota shifter bushings as well, which I will do a separate video on these, but I have them right here. So these little blue bushings, they are a dark blue. These go in this housing right here. So this little tube housing right here where my finger's pointing, on each side is one of these bushings. So either way, whether I use this whole assembly or not, I'm not going to be using the J shifter, but I can either just take this housing off because there's a bolt here, and there is a bolt here on the side, and then there's one on this side as well, right there. You can take those four out, this whole shifter comes off, and all you got to do is decouple it from this linkage. I know on the 97 this little piece is missing. Let me turn this light on. So this little plastic piece is missing on mine, which I can always take off. This is just the bypass. So this little white piece right here is actually the override So if you need to override the park, this overrides the park neutral safety. So you just pop this cover off, and I'll show you guys real quick how it works. So you literally just pop it off like that. It's just held on by two little pins, and how it works is you push this. You can push it with your finger. So you just push this back towards the shifter, and it will allow the shifter to move. See? So this one's a little sloppy as well. See, now it doesn't want to move because this white piece right here, this pin came back forward. So now when I push this down, it doesn't want to shift into anything else other than park, because it thinks that the ignition cylinder is not being activated by a key. So you would just push this forward towards the shifter, and then now you could move it back and forth. This one actually moves very smooth. It is definitely loose. It does want to just rock forward. See? So this one's kind of doing the same thing as the one that's in the truck, where it's just not locking properly, which is no big deal. It could be that the shifting boots are worn on this one as well, which is no big deal, because, or not the shifting boots, but the shifter bushings. I have 20 of them here. This whole assembly takes 4. So each truck has 4 of them. If it's a 2-wheel drive, you're not going to have the 4-wheel drive. It's only going to take 2 bushings. But I have an extra assembly for 80 bucks. It's not a bad deal at all. And these are pretty easy to fix. Just put that back on there. Like that. So now that is covered back up. But you know, it's just a quick video, guys. I will take you real quick outside and show you guys. Turn this light off because this light on the camera isn't needed. I was just explaining. So these are different. Like, this is the 2000 right here. This one has the 4-wheel drive. It's called the 4Matic. So you push the push button. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gears. So the J shifter is technically, it's an older design, but it was used in all years. It was more common in 96, 97, 98 to have a J shifter than 99 and 2000. And this one is the same. This is the 97 that I call Beast. So this one, you can see it's got the same 4Matic 4-wheel drive switch, but this one has low 4, neutral, and high. So if I want this to have the same style shifter, 4Matic shifter as the 2000, I can always just find that exact same shifter. I can find another one of these knobs and shifters with the other markings on it and just find an upgraded transfer case. But let me get in Beast real quick. Alright, so I'm sitting in Beast. There's Sky right in front of me, and you can see how much taller this truck is. So the top of the hood right here at the very bottom of the dash, right where the hood ends, is actually midpoint of that window. It's hard to see, but it actually is. It's about 4 inches higher than the wiper. But so this is the same exact shifter, but this one's not a J shifter. So I don't have the key on me, but let's see if I can put you guys down. No, that might work. Okay. So, plastic piece is missing, as you can see. So I move it back, and you can see how much more sloppy this one is. This one's really, really sloppy. When you go from neutral to drive, it just does not want to cooperate. Trying to get you guys a good view. See, it is. So when you get into reverse, it just wants to pop into neutral. And it's hard to tell when you're moving it where it's actually supposed to be. Then when it finally sticks in neutral, and then when you drop it in drive, so you know, you see how I'm barely moving it? And it's like showing drive and second with barely a move. So this shifter is definitely out of whack. It's not. See? Just moved it a little bit, but in order to lock it in to second gear, there's low. Second. But when it looked like I was in drive, it's actually in neutral. See? So it's really, really sloppy. So I think this may need shifter bushings, but I got an entire assembly just in case it's needed. This boot is completely ripped on this one as well. There's a hole right here, so I need to replace the boot. And now it's completely locked back in park. But you know, it's got some issues, and whether it needs an entire shifter or it needs shifter bushings, I have a used shifter assembly and I have brand new bushings. So I figured I'd show you guys, that way you guys know why I picked it up. Down the road, I plan on putting in Beast, I plan on changing out that transfer case to this style. So this is the L4L, H2, H4 neutral, and H4L. So high 4 low, low 4 low, H2 and H4, and neutral. There was 3 different transfer cases with 3 different style shift patterns, but you know, Beast is going to end up getting that transfer case, not that one out of Rose, but one exactly like it eventually, because I would prefer to have the more options on the 4-wheel drive, you know, more shift points than just low and high and neutral. But just an update for you guys, you know, just picked up some used parts. It never hurts to have extra parts. Now I have an entire assembly. That doesn't, you know, just mean the shifters, you know, everything on this. I could use the plugs, I could use the linkage. You know, this linkage is actually pretty sloppy on this one, so that could be, some of it is pretty sloppy, but I wasn't worried about it. It was used $50 for the entire assembly, where this shifter right here, you just unbolt these 3 bolts, take this off. People are wanting 50 bucks for this, and people are wanting $50 for this one, and it doesn't include this giant bracket. And this, I can get the rust off this bracket, you know, just some grinding and cleaning. I can get the rust off of this shifter housing as well. But, you know, I can get the rust off of this guy too, as well. This goes into the housing. It looks nice and clean. Nothing wrong with that. So it's all in all, for a you know, shifter that came out of a New York vehicle, it's actually a pretty great condition. It does not look too bad. The J shifter knob is pretty nice. L4, H2, H4, and neutral. So the J shifter was pretty close to that 4Matic that is in the 2000 Limited that I showed you. But that one is L4L and R4L, and then H2, H4. So that one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's got one extra. It's got the L4, the H4L on the 2000. But I can always sell this knob as well as the four-wheel drive housing if I don't need it. And I get an extra boot. And this boot is in way better condition. I can use this boot to replace the one that's ripped just by taking this and putting this panel in instead. No big deal. But all in all, for the price, I couldn't pass it up. It's a pretty good deal. Put the shifter knob back on. But that is all I got for you guys today. I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me, checking out the video. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, smush the bell notification icon for future updates. Go check out my Amazon affiliate links, my Acme Tools affiliate links, my DJI Electronics affiliate links, as well as my Ohio Power Tools affiliate links. I hope to see you guys on the next video. You guys have an awesome rest of your day. I will give you guys an update whether I take this shifter housing off and just swap this over, or if I decide to do the bushing install. I will do videos on all of that down the road. I'm not going to be doing this stuff right now. I'm just getting the stuff that's needed. I'm kind of resting and everything still from the accident. But I will see you guys on the next video. You guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time. Go check out all the affiliate links, and I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. Peace!